Man. It just seems like the Niners and the Warriors will never be good at the same time. Oh, man. There's only one way I could probably describe this season so far. And you know what? It really has been tough. Consistent injuries to D'Lo, consistent injuries to Draymond. At the time I'm making this, Paschall was just out 2 games. Damian Lee was out for a while. Kevon Looney was out with a neuropathic condition and still doesn't really look like himself yet. And, it looks pretty bleak. Also, Jordan Poole has been the disappointment of the century after having an amazing summer league, a great preseason, and now he just looks like a shot chucker that can't even hit the rim. Which is, I'll talk about him later in this review, in this season of review. But it's looking bleak. But hey, next year, hopefully these young guys will be able to rally together. Hopefully Kevon Looney will be back to himself. I'm just gonna talk about, this season. Just there's no real structure for this. Hopefully, I'm going somewhere with it though. So, let's start out with what an English teacher would call the inciting moment here. And there's nothing else you can point to really, but Steph's injury. He falls down. Aaron Baines tilts his wrist, and boom, there goes Steph's hand. Broken bones and all, and he's out 3 months. And he'll be reevaluated in 3 months. And there are some rumors saying that he might not even come back in 3 months, and they're just going to shut him down for the season, which at this point is probably best because we're not going to be going anywhere with Steph. I'd rather have him rest up, be ready next season, and basically do what LeBron's been doing this season. LeBron got so much extra rest after making it to the finals all those years, 8 or 9 years in a row, and he just looks so great now. So I think Steph, he can have that same kind of thing. And also don't bring Clay back even if he's ready. Just bring him back next year. We don't need to do anything here. Just let the guys who are playing right now play. So now it's D'Lo here. He's doing his thing on his own. Yeah, Draymond's there too because he's an all-star. Yeah, okay. Draymond is still an elite defensive player, still a good playmaker. Draymond has never been a scorer, so other teams better not come in here. Other teams' fans better not come in here and be like, Draymond's an all-star. You should be doing better. This is why Steve Kerr's a bad coach. Speaking of which, so many people are not sure about whether Steve Kerr is a good coach or not. This is the dumbest argument I've ever heard. Of course Steve Kerr is a good coach. Of course I still have faith in him. The guy took our 50-win team, turned it into a 67-win team, and got us a title. Mark Jackson couldn't do that. Mark Jackson could not do that. If you ever say Mark Jackson was a better coach with his ISO, basically having Stephen Curry run around in circles just like that, when Steve Kerr has Steph Curry run around in circles, it's for a reason. Steph Curry was running around in circles because there was no one else to give the ball to because there was no system in Mark Jackson's offense. Sorry, got a little passionate there. But there's a reason why these random guys that we develop all of a sudden become pretty great. There's a reason why Kai Bowman looks like a legitimate backup point guard in this league. There's a reason why Damian Lee looks all right. There's a reason why Kevon Looney turned into a valuable role player last year. There's a reason for these things. There's a reason why these guys are actually effective. It's not just them. You have to start giving some credit to Steve Kerr and his staff. Yes, he has a staff, but you have to start giving credit to them. Like, geez, man. I just don't like the way people talk about Steve Kerr, acting like he is mediocre or whatever. It baffles my mind. So now let's talk about the rookies. Let's talk about Eric Paschall first of all, because he has been our best rookie this season, and it's not really that close. But he's got the physical tools, man. He has got the physical tools to be pretty great next year for us. And I'm really excited to see what he can become. His mid range is there. He's got that. He's got that turnaround mid range. He's got that jab step. Just pull up in your face before you even realize it. He's got that. He's also able to drive to the rim. He needs to work on ball security when he drives to the rim. He has gotten better at that as the season has gone along though. So that's a good thing. Um, yeah. So Eric Paschall, definitely no problems with him. He's exceeded expectations mightily. Just quickly, I'm going to talk about Alan Smilagic. Yeah, I don't think he's played yet in the NBA. He might be playing in Santa Cruz. I'm not too sure. Let's move on. I'll talk about Kai Bowman now. Kai Bowman, man. I really like Kai Bowman. I am not going to lie to you guys. I think he could be our backup point guard like for the next few years until, another team starts paying him like a real contract. But unfortunately, we have him on the two-way this year, which means that he can't be with the team for more than like a certain amount of days. I don't know how many days it is that he's allowed to be with the team, but I think he's almost reached that limit already, and that's why he's gone down to Santa Cruz for most of the rest of the season. In Santa Cruz, he was like tearing it up though. He had 22 points, 9 assists, some amount of rebounds. And I was looking at those game highlights. He was tearing it up. And I've said tearing it up way too many times here. But he looked really good. He looked like an NBA player amongst G League players, which is what you want to see, right? That is exactly what you want to see. Now let's talk about Jordan Poole. And there's a lot of differing opinions on Jordan Poole. Some people think he's just not got the game. I don't think that's true. We saw him in college. He does have game. He can shoot. And it's just kind of unfortunate. I think it's more of a mental thing and it's all in his head. He's kind of lost his confidence. And it's good to send him down to Santa Cruz, which is what we did. And hopefully he can develop down there and come back to us either next season or the end of this season. I just want to see him succeed. There's no point cutting him because first of all, we're going to lose so much cap room. We're already hard capped, guys. Come on. There's no point cutting him. And it's better to ride this thing out. We're not playing for anything. Just keep him around, see if he can improve. He's a young guy. You got to give him time. Now let's talk about Alec Burks, who I want him to be like our sixth man next year, because our bench it's been lacking the last two seasons. This season, last season, really the season before too. Maybe even the season before that. Honestly, just since KD's been here, our bench hasn't been anywhere near as good as it used to be. But I just want to keep Alec Burks. He's that guy we need. He's the guy that can come off the bench and, he can score. That's all. That's what I need, and that's what I like. That's what I like to see out of him. But I don't know if we'll be able to keep him. I'd like to, but I feel like some contender is either going to trade for him at some point this season, or they're going to sign him in the offseason. But I'd love to keep him around. He did say he did want to stay, but who knows if that's just for talk. Few quick things. Willie Cauley-Stein has been trash, but we have him locked up for quite a while. Hopefully Kevon Looney can get back to himself. Hopefully Jacob Evans can play like he did in the Jazz game. And hopefully we can keep up our tanking. Also, I'm hoping Amari Spellman continues to improve and improve. He has improved since the beginning of the season where he did not look very good. He worked on his shooting form. He has a high motor to get those offensive rebounds, so he's good. And yeah. Oh, here's to next season, right?